I'm not sure if Mr. Shayet got me, but Mercy would like to get the opening remarks right now. Thank you.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Haramide. Hope our day has been good. How are you doing? So, shortly, please confirm if you can hear me, please.
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Would like to get the opening remarks right now. Thank you. All right. So I was saying that sorry, Mr. Shaya is not available this evening. He's stuck in traffic, but nevertheless, the show would definitely go on. Good evening, everyone, once again, and welcome to the Business Growth Series March 2023 special edition. And as we are well aware, this edition is in commemoration and in celebration of the Women History Month, as well as the International Women's Day. And just a couple of weeks back, that is on March 8th, we had this article talking about outstanding women in the micro, small, and medium enterprises. Although, yes, the list is very short, but then every woman in their rights, they are, outstanding. So this evening, that is why we just say, okay, let's continue the conversation by having something to commemorate this very auspicious event. And this evening, we're going to be having this a panelist session, something around digital innovation, digital tools and technology. The women cannot be, they're like a major stakeholder when it comes to entrepreneurship. They are really, doing so much around us today. There's one of these stuff that we had, I would say, from passion to profitability. A lot of women have found their passion, and now it is yielding something profitable. So how can we empower this set of people who are doing so much to do better, to do more? So that is what our conversation this evening is going to be centered around. So we'd just like you to sit back. We would like you to relax, grab a cup of coffee, grab some snacks, and enjoy this ride with us. So thank you so much, Aramide. Let the show begin.
Mercy, you asked us to grab some snacks and a cup of coffee. Well, I hope you know that we're still battling with Naira scarcity and all, but then that's a joke anyways. Thank you so much for that.
Right.
Thank you so much for that opening remark. So like Mercy said, and like I also said earlier, March 8th has been set aside each year to celebrate the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women across the globe. And yes, of course, that was just some weeks ago that we had that celebration. And for the year 2023, the United Nations announced that the focus would be on digital innovation and technology for gender equality. So now we're going to chat to this and more with a focus on powering female-led MSMEs and startups with technology and digital tools, looking at best practices and impact, yes, especially for women in businesses in Nigeria. So tonight, we're taking a little turn to things. We're going about with a little twist, as we're going to be having a panel session. And with me tonight, I have first on my panel, Osato L. Osemigwe. She's the CEO of El Gazelle Foods. I'd like, Mercy, if you could help with our profile so I can take that first. Thank you so much. Okay, I'll just go ahead with the one I have here. Osato is a chemical engineer and social entrepreneur with over 6 years of experience working in business management, the FMCG sector, strategy and innovation, and the NGO space. Osato is a lifelong learner, and after graduating from Covenant University with a second-class upper degree in chemical engineering, she went ahead to study full part-time at schools like Harvard University, University Business School, Takedia Institute, Lagos Business School, and many others. Osato is passionate about women and youths, contributing to national development, so she started El Gazelle Foods to increase and make protein available to Africans in form of snacks like kilishi, chicken kilishi, goat's meat kilishi. The brand is the foremost producer in Nigeria, El Gazelle empowers 7 full-time staff, 2 part-time staff, and over 1,000 farmers. Supplies about 100 stores in Nigeria, and they work with smallholder farmers to reduce hunger, food waste, food poisoning, and environmental degradation. Osato is a fellow of Womb Hub in partnership with the Royal Academy of Engineering in London. She's a member of IAAS Worldwide. She has also received several awards and recognition of her contribution to women empowerment and entrepreneurship from the Oni of Ife, Her Excellency, the First Lady of Ogun State, being recognized as one of the founders of the top 20 MSMEs in Nigeria and many others. I think I'm just going to put a stop to that. Good evening, great to have Osato. Good evening, great to have you here tonight. I don't know if you can hear me. Good evening, Osato. Good evening. Great to have you tonight. Okay, I'm moving on to the next person on the list. I have Aisha Kwaku. She's the CEO and founder of Aisha Kwaku and Associates. She's an exceptionally versatile creative entrepreneur and nationally certified business development support provider who has tackled and excelled at a full spectrum of ICT and entrepreneurial roles. Her dynamic 18-year career in ICT entrepreneurship and business development support combines a focus of strategic message delivery, critical thinking, and problem solving with excellence. She has a proven track record for innovation, team building, leadership development, brand awareness development, market growth, and stakeholder engagement. Through our Cisco Networking Academy, she has equipped over 1,000 students with skills in networking, cybersecurity, hardware and software troubleshooting, and programming. She has consulted for several UK DFID projects, where she worked closely with the youth groups to build leadership skills, and with hundreds of micro, small, and medium enterprises to successfully establish their businesses, grow educational backgrounds, or grow their markets and access finance. Her educational background includes a bachelor's degree in computer science, a postgraduate degree in management, and an MSc in telecommunications. And I'm going to put it there. I'm going to peg it at that. Good evening. Great to have you here tonight.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
All right. Amazing. And now the last person on my panel tonight is, of course, another lady, Oluwakemi Olaniyan. She's the founder of NutraBoom Nutrition. Oluwakemi is committed to making a difference. In the last 7 years, she has immersed herself in professional business community development and social change around nutrition, education, and poverty alleviation. She has an educational background in nutrition and dietetics and work experience in the food industry, providing value in food preparation and formulation for babies and young children. Having grown up and been in close association with real-life poverty and hunger, it is her aim to improve the health and well-being of people, especially children. She is committed to helping bring forth quality education among the most disadvantaged. Her knowledge and educational success would be used as a foundation to argue a case for access to education in her community. It is a hope that the gender and income gaps among people could become history. She believes she is able to lead the overall progress that her community will make while bringing forth new ways of thinking that would safeguard her community's future, even in the face of environmental and climate changes. These profiles are really busting my head, and I'm like, we have amazing and wonderful people on the panel tonight. Good evening, every one of you. It's great to have you on the conversation tonight.
Good evening. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So I'm going to start now because, yes, of course, we're here to, have a conversation. And I would have said ladies first, but of course, I have just females on my panel tonight. I'm going to begin with Aisha Kwaku now because I read in your profile that you are passionate about ICT. And because this year we're looking about technology innovation, tell me, why is this theme, this IWD theme around digital innovation and technology for gender equality, why is it important for women, particularly business owners?
Okay, so I think, well, it might be cliche to say the world has gone digital, but I think, that's the norm. And coming off COVID has even, opened our eyes to, so many realities. It would be hard for your business to survive without, basic and essential digital skills. And within our space, coincidentally, the female participation, has a lot to be desired. And I think sometimes maybe seeing women in there gives, other people encouragement, gives other young ladies encouragement to know that, you can do it. And basically our businesses need digital to survive. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Right down to, cashless policies, being implemented in Nigeria. And now I'm buying oranges, I'm buying bread, with my ATM card. Everything is going cashless, to talk of even businesses that are on a larger scale than these roadside businesses. So I think it has just come at a perfect time, especially for us here in Nigeria.
All right, thank you so much for your response. And I'm going to move on to the next question. Oluwakemi, Olani, I'd like you to respond to this because, the conversation this year has really centered around focusing on getting the world to talk about why equal opportunities are not enough. What do you have to contribute to this?
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, when we say equal opportunities are not enough, we can look at it in this aspect, like even in our political aspects, you look at it like we still don't have an opportunity as a lady or as a woman to come up and contest as governor or president. And this is one of the challenges we are facing as a woman. And then we need to give a woman needs to be given the opportunity to contest and to give assurance that they will be winning even if they contest. Like thankfully, so one of the, I don't know the state of when a woman emerged as the winner of the governor of the state. It's something
Zamfara
that
also.
I think
Adamawa,
so.
Adamawa rather.
Adamawa. And
yes.
Then this is one thing we love seeing. And this shows to us that, yes, equity is possible. And then if we continue this way, we can actually achieve it by letting them understand that we can also be allowed to contest, to make an impact, not just for the men alone. Not some organizations, the lawmakers are mostly men, and it's not really enough. They need to understand us. They need to hear from our own side as well, and then they need to hear voices as being a lady or a woman.
Okay, thank you so much. I want to refer to what you spoke about because I, in particular, was very excited when I saw the results from the election, a woman winning the election in Adamawa. And that's to say that women do not just belong in the kitchen or in the other room, like somebody said. Okay, well, I want to specifically ask you now, how have you been coping with the challenges of being a female entrepreneur in your space?
Okay, thank you so much for that question. Yeah, I could remember when I started, being a woman and being a businesswoman is not that very easy, especially when you are married and you have kids. There is a lot of responsibilities on your head. But I do tell people that one thing you need to know is for you to balance it up. If you know how to balance it, be able to achieve what you want to achieve. And then also, I do number two thing is keep praying, pray to God, know your strength, know your ability. As being a woman in a business world, I can tell you that I face a lot of challenges when it comes to this business. You know, sometimes my husband will be like, oh, you are focusing more on the business than the family. The children needs you more, and things like that. All these things, it saddens my heart. So sometimes I'll just look at it like, how can I do it? How can I balance this thing up? Like sometimes I have to be like a fool just to achieve what I want to achieve. You know, when I say like a fool, like you have to be like a fool in the presence of the husband. Like just say yes, sir, yes, sir. You know, things like that. You know what you are doing. You know what you want to achieve, but you don't need to argue with them. If they are pinpointing some an error to you or some excuse or some issues to you, just try and tell them, apologize, work on it. Don't just go into argument. I will not tell you. I will not lie. Yes, I ran into arguments. Yeah, I will not lie to you. But as time goes on, I have to sit myself down and tell myself, if truly I want to achieve in this line of my business, I need to put my family first. And this has been working. When it comes to business, give yourself time. Okay, from this time to this time, I'm going to deal with business. From this time to this time, business is over. I'm dealing with my family. And the family will also know that, okay, this is the time my mom or my wife will be available. With this has been helpful to me. This has been helping me. Though we are still working towards it, towards perfection. It's not easy, I can tell you, but we keep working towards perfection anyways.
All right, thank you so much. I'd actually like Aisha to also make a comment to what Oluwakemi just said. Now, I want to get your own experience as well.
Okay, so I'm just smiling and listening to her.
I actually saw that.
Well, you know, with time, for me, I realized that, you know, I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to be superwoman. I'll just be the best that I can be. You know, I'll try my best. I'll try to, well, perhaps balance as much as possible. It's not easy to balance, but if you're not too hard on yourself and just accept that you're a human being and you can only do your best. And one thing that I always tell younger people is that I tell them that it gets easy. Well, I'm in my 40s now, so I've crossed many hurdles. And well, my youngest child is still in primary school, but you know, the older ones can help me take care of the younger ones. So I'll tell them that it's difficult. I like to be real so that when people are going through things, they know that they're not alone. It's difficult, it's rough, but as you grow older, it becomes easier. And even in dealing with your spouse, by the time you're 40, I beg you don't become witch. Sorry to say, sorry to all the young people out there. But I mean, I guess you understand each other, and you know, there's no pretense, and they take you for who you are. And if they truly care about you and your progress, you know, they'll complain, but you know, they'll just, you know, allow you to have your way in, you know, one or two things, so long as you're reasonable as well. So that's it. It's not a miracle. It's not easy, but it gets easier. I just want young people to hear that it gets easier. That's what women should have at the back of their mind. It gets easier as you grow older, and your children too are growing older. And you have more wisdom, so you know how to deal with people, you know, better. And there's some things that people will do to you and you'll just smile. So, you know, I mean, you just take it as it comes. I mean, it's life. Don't expect you'll meet all sorts of different people, but just take it as it comes. It shouldn't break you. It shouldn't discourage you. Just keep on keeping on. That's what I'll say.
But let me also say something. Why do you think we have low female representation across different sectors?
Okay, so like for instance, let's talk about, you know, tech, which is my background. So naturally, even when we're, you know, going to school and all that, you'll see maybe courses like engineering and other things. Generally, there's a little bit of fear. There might not be enough role models, but I think things are changing now. You'll see that females usually are pushed, or they go more towards maybe medicine and biology. So that's still, STEM, so that's fine. But, IT, engineering, not so much. Better now in IT. So maybe lack of seeing somebody there that has done it and done it successfully, that you can look up to, that can give you the reassurance that you can do it too, might have explained for, the lower numbers. Right from, primary and secondary school, you'll find that maybe like in boys' schools, everybody wants to go for the sciences. In my son's class now, I think maybe they have like, in his arm, they have like 20-something that are doing arts, and then like 50-something that are doing sciences. So that's the boys. But when you go to the girls' schools, you might find maybe 30-something in sciences and about 60-something in arts, so just naturally like that. Sometimes women tend to underestimate their capabilities. You have it all up there, but the man will just come and he's so confident and he'll really speak his mind, and you have it all in there and you're timid, you're not sure whether, am I saying the right thing? Am I right? Do I know it? But it's changing. I like that it's changing. So, better things to come.
All right, thank you so much. Well, it's changing, like you said, but for me, I'm sorry to say, there are some sectors I feel it's weird to, for example, finding a male nurse feels kind of weird for me. I'm just saying anyways. So apologies to anyone who is a male nurse here. I was just kidding. So let's move on now. I'm also throwing this at you because you are the ICT person. We're looking at powering female-led MSMEs and startups with technology and digital tools. What exactly are these tools? And what are the best practices and the impacts?
Okay, so looking at, now, we're not looking at, anything that is rocket science, just basic things that you need to survive. We're doing video conferencing. We're doing a lot of trainings now online. Your payments have to be online. Your learning has to be online. Your interactions with your customers, your marketing has to be online. And then also creating an avenue for, okay, let me take myself, for instance, like almost everything that we do, like when people are registering for our courses, almost everything is paperless, basically. You come in, it's very simple. You just fill a Google form, we have you registered. Our account details are on the Google form. You make your payment. We generate an e-receipt. You come in, our classes are, on an LMS, learning management system that is provided by Cisco. You do your classes online. You come in, you do your assessments online. So likewise, even people in all sorts of businesses. There's a shop that I go to buy, fabrics. And then I noticed that, you come in, of course, account details are there. You transfer payments to the account. And then I noticed that each time you buy something, the shop attendants, they take pictures of everything that you have bought. And then I believe they send it via WhatsApp to the owner of the shop. So based on, her sales. So exactly. Almost everything is going paperless, digital, seamless. So just little things. It doesn't have to be complicated, That's how I look at it. Simple digital things, tools that can make your life easier. WhatsApp for your marketing. There are 1 or 2 accounting softwares that you can use for your bookkeeping. Zoom for your video conferencing, meetings, whatever you want to do. So many online courses for your learning. Yeah, so basically that, everything online and keep it simple.
Indeed, I must agree with you because, In fact, right now we see a whole lot of change, innovation in technology. The technology space is really growing. Look at now, we have some AI tools, artificial intelligence tools that can do quite a lot of tasks that even humans might not even be able to do within a period of time. But it's important that we leverage on all of these tools. I'm going to come back to Oluwakemi now, but I want to leave the room open for questions so that the panelists can respond to questions. Please drop your message in the chat box, or if you want to use the raise hand option and speak directly. This is a conversation. This is something is interactive, so you can ask the panelists questions. Please, you may please drop your questions in the chat box if you have questions for any of our panelists tonight. And I'm going to go back to Oluwakemi, like I said earlier. So I want you to tell me specifically what's so I know that by June, a new administration takes over office in Nigeria. Of course, we have a president-elect. So what would be your agenda for the new administration regarding gender equality in business? What do you hope to see improve in the MSME ecosystem, say in the next 5 years?
Okay,
what policies do you think the government should implement? What would you hope to see?
Okay, so I actually hope to see more of support from the government, because I will not lie to you, when it comes to MSME, I think many of us here, what we need most is capital. And then we need this capital, access to capital. I believe we don't even want to loan, because I know the CBN, there are some opportunities of loan and things like that. We need more of grants. We need to see the administration going into supporting MSME through grants, through what's it called, international support, having international rapport that will give us this easy access to export our products outside the country, and not the one that's so restricted to, okay, just give us an easy avenue to work, to run our businesses. I think this is one thing I would like to see from the new administration. The great support. We need the support from them, most especially when it comes to capital.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that response. Really, a lot of people are waiting on policies. I know that the president just recently signed the business facilitation law, well, to aid ease of doing business, and that's quite commendable. Yes, of course, but hopefully we'll also hope that there will be other policies that will be implemented that would be in favor of people doing business in Nigeria. So I'm asking again, kindly drop your questions in the chat box. If you want to use the raise hand option, if you want to speak directly, just raise your hand, unmute yourself, and ask your questions directly. Please, this is an interactive session, and I want us to make it as interactive as possible. I'm checking through the chat box now to see if there are questions for our Okay, I'm still trying to see if we have questions. Questions. Please, let's just make this as interactive as I might begin to call names. So please, I just want us to make it interactive, because this is quite different from how it has always been. We're having a panel session tonight, and the idea is for people to come together, bring their ideas together, discuss. Okay. Well, of course, while we wait for more questions, or while we wait for questions, I want to also go back to the, I don't know why I keep, hammering on the whole idea of ICT. I want you to, I want you to talk to me about how we can have a safer, more, because that is the idea of that's the whole idea of gender equality that we're talking about. We're looking at how we could have a safer, a more inclusive and more equitable digital future to be secured for women in MSME. I don't know if you got my question.
Is that me?
Please.
Oh, okay.
Yes, please.
Okay.
But we're looking at, okay, so what are the best practices in terms of having a safer, a more inclusive future for women in MSMEs?
Okay, so for me, a lot of, education and, awareness, a lot of education and awareness and the ability to, and having, shall I say, platforms where you can air your grievances or where you can make reports. Quite a few people, a lot of people, shall I say, have fallen victims of, shall I say, maybe like financial crimes or fraud, via telecom or electronic platforms. So I'm looking at, more stringent measures and people knowing that, there's actually a solution, there's some kind of repercussion, because I think maybe that's one of the things that pulls people back, the fear of, being defrauded online, even harassed and bullied and, other things. So a lot of awareness and awareness of, the penalties for these kind of actions, and us actually seeing people being penalized for carrying out these crimes. So advocacy, awareness, and actually implementing, shall I say, the punishments for those that, do these kind of things, be it in terms of financial fraud or bullying, or any kind of harassment online. I think that would do good.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your response. I want to take a question from the chat box now, but I'm still asking that please, if you have more questions, kindly drop in the chat box. If you want to ask directly, that option is also available. Just unmute your mic or use the raise hand option, unmute yourself, and you can ask your question. So somebody is asking here that what are the necessary digital skills that a woman needs to acquire to prosper in her business? Although I know you touched on some of those things earlier, but I think this person wants you to, drill down more. What are the necessary digital skills that a woman needs to acquire?
Okay, so one very key one, which is, general for most businesses, is that you should have, good marketing skills. Many of our businesses are one-man businesses or a few people's businesses. And at the start, you should be your own chief marketing officer at the beginning of your business. So I'll say that having digital marketing skills is a good way to go. Know how you're going to sell your products, promote your brand online. We've moved from, door-to-door marketing, and physical marketing. We've moved so much to digital marketing. And mind you, people should be very, very conscious of the fact that, a lot of things are now about feedback. How you treat your customer is going to determine, how people see your brand, because they are going to give feedback. They are going to give reviews. So we should be very, very wary of that. Let's know how to market. Let's have good customer relations as well, with our customers. Yes. So digital marketing skills would be one of the top skills that I would talk about.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm looking at the questions here, and it seems like everybody's just directing the questions to Mrs. Aisha. But somebody is asking, I'm going to come to Olaniyan pretty soon, but somebody is saying, I heard Mrs. Aisha talk about how Google Form has helped her. I would love her to explain how it works. Oh, I guess she's frozen. Okay, so let me move.
Okay. Okay. So registering, we have classes. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, please. Yes.
Am I back?
Yes, you're back.
The internet is shaking, so yeah. Okay, so we use Google Forms for registration. And we also use Google Forms for feedback. Whenever we have any, send out Google Forms. Am I?
Yes, your audio is quite it's not so good right now.
That one is beyond.
But I think I should throw
the network.
I think I will just put the questions back to Oluwakemi. From your own point of view, from your own end, I want to know, what are those digital skills that you have used? I mean, that has been of help for you in your business. You are into the food and nutrition sector, and everybody is a major stakeholder when it comes to food. Everybody must eat. You understand? So what are these digital skills that you're employing? You're muted. You need to unmute your mic, please. We cannot hear you.
So sorry. Okay, so thank you so much. For me, the digital skills that I made use of was, like Aisha said, you need to have a marketing skills. This is one of the tools you need to have. And then I would say, when I started my own business, I started with Facebook. And then one thing I would tell business owners is, firstly, before you navigate or before you start using the what's it called, the technology, the digital aspect of it, know your customers, know where you will see them, and then how are you sure they're going to buy your products? Like for my own business, I realized that many of my customers are on Facebook. So mostly I focus on Facebook. So if I'm doing my marketing, I run my adverts on Facebook more than Instagram. Yes, we've tried Instagram page, and the Instagram has not really generated the revenue we actually wanted. So when we tried Facebook helped us so much to reach our target audience more than Instagram. So I'll advise you, just because people said, okay, Instagram, if you're on Instagram, your business is growing and things like that, I don't go with that. My own is, who are my customers? How can I reach them? And what are the tools I'm going to use to reach them? So I realized that Facebook app is one of the tools I'm going to use. Yes, I understand that some can make use of email. Yes, we understand that some through emails you can get your customers. That's why I said understand your customers.
All right. Thank you so much. I can see people now flooding me with questions. I'm quite excited about that, Dobo. Mrs. Fire Williams, you said something about wanting to add more skills that a woman should have. I think you can speak now, Ma.
Thank you very, very much, Aranimi. It's so good to be here. Thank you, Mr. Oluwakemi of MSME Africa, always giving us awesome information. And the speakers have been so enlightening. So I would like to add another, a couple of groups. For instance, they have spoken about marketing tools a lot. So I would like to add communication tools. Many female entrepreneurs don't know the power of something as simple as WhatsApp, being able to create their catalog, being able to automate messages, being able to send prices, the same information to broadcasts of customers. That is just awesome. They need to learn how to use WhatsApp for business. They need to be able to use things like Google Meet. It can even help in supply chain management. If you are going to buy things, somebody using Google Meet can show you the panla, they can show you the yam, they can show you on WhatsApp video, and you don't really have to go to the market yourself. So these are communication tools. Then another group is business management tools. For most women running their business now, they should be on a free accounting app like Invoice NG or keeper.com, so that they can keep their books. They'll be able to present their records and access finance when they need it. These are some business management apps. And lastly, I would advise that anything that can create content like Canva, like Render Forest, little animation, little videos in short, women should also learn about that so that they can make their products and services attractive. Thank you.
Wow, that was really an amazing addition, because you have just opened everybody's mind to various options that the world is now leveraging on today. Remember, I was even also saying something about AI tools. I like the fact that you're even giving examples. Maybe if some people here took note of some of the things you said, you talked about business management tool, keeper.com and all of that. And I feel it's a good one. Thank you so much for your contribution, Ma. Another person here is saying, how do we X-ray online business transactions so that we don't fall victim of being scammed by fraudulent people in online space? This is a very big issue. You order something, they deliver something else. You pay for something, your goods does not arrive. How do we avoid being scammed by fraudulent people in online space? Let me ask you, Oluwakemi.
Okay, thank you. This issue is something I think is both party. To me, sometimes we see some customers that will tell you we're going to do pay on delivery, and when you deliver the product, they would just ghost out, like do not see them again. You try calling them, they will not show up. And so also some customers are also scared of, oh, how am I so sure this product is going to be delivered to them? And that is why your social media platform needs to be working effectively. Like they said, you are your brand. You start your advertising. Let people trust you. Now it's not just about you advertising your products. Another thing you can bring into the table is you showing yourself. Like now, that's why you see some business owners, when they go for a party, they show it, like update it on their social media platform, on WhatsApp, and things like that. I think with time, that customer will definitely trust you. I have seen some cases like that when we run adverts. I didn't expect the customer to buy at first. What I want the customer to do is to come to my WhatsApp. I save the customer's number. Then I keep updating my status. Then as time goes on, I have a trust in them.
Sorry, I have to quickly say that Oluremi Obieson, please mute your mic. There's a noise coming from your background. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Okay, let's just move on. Thank you for that response. Somebody is asking, are there platforms existing out there where we can share our experiences in technology usage in our businesses or anything for that matter? I'm not sure if I really understand this. But the second question is there a chance of partnership in business? I mean, cross-border. I am saying this because I am in Kingdom of Lesotho in Southern Africa. And I think cross-border partnership will work wonders for us. Does anybody want to respond to that? Well, I think it depends on what product, what service you are offering, the goods that you're selling, before one can think of, okay, partnership, cross-border partnership, right? because I have to be sure that what you are offering or what you are bringing to me is something that, all right, thank you. So we can move on from there. Somebody is asking, my question is directed to Mrs. Aisha. What will be her advice to upcoming female entrepreneurs who have little idea on tech, but would want to advance their knowledge and use same for their business? Are there channels with which we can achieve this advancement?
Okay, so I'll say a big yes. I hope my volume is better now.
Yes, please.
Okay, all right, good. So there's so many online courses. You have a lot on LinkedIn Learning. You have so many courses on Coursera. Basically, YouTube is one of the best schools that there is in the world. So there's so many things that you can learn online. Whether you have zero tech skills, is very, very possible if you're determined. Go out there and learn. Consume a lot of relevant and useful stuff, but check out Coursera, check out LinkedIn Learning, and check out YouTube for anything that you're interested in.
All right, thank you so much for that response. Somebody here is saying a big thank you to Mrs. Fire Williams, saying your contribution was highly insightful. Kindly drop those apps that you mentioned here. All right. I don't know if there are more questions or contributions. I'm hoping we can take more questions or contributions in the next few minutes.
Yeah. You've been talking a lot about these AI tools. So of course, ChatGPT is, the in thing. It's so amazing it's so amazing how it can simplify your work. This week I was working, or for the past few weeks, I've been working with this association of women, and they're trying to sort of like restructure the association. And we were thinking about, aims and objectives of the association. And I just said, why am I cracking my brain? Let me throw this to ChatGPT. And when it came up with the aims and objectives, these women were so happy, because it's like it was just speaking their mind. So use ChatGPT, but make sure you sieve the answer very well and it aligns with what you're looking for. So fantastic tool there.
Thank you so much. I want to get your final words. I don't know, is there a question down here? Okay. I want to get your final words tonight. So let's begin with you, Oluwakemi. Your final words.
Okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate the fact that I am part of the panelists. Thank you for the opportunity. To all our entrepreneurs out there, my advice is keep pushing, keep growing. Do not give up. Never give up on that dream. Even if you think that, okay, the challenges is much, just keep pushing. I'm so sure and I'm so certain that one day your own time will definitely come and you will excel in everything you're doing.
Amen. Thank you so much. Aisha, can we have your final words?
Okay, yes. So I'll add on hers, and I will totally agree with her. Keep on persisting. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Keep learning. And keep being very, very sincere. Offer the best that you can. That's the best thing that you can do for your business. Be good, be sincere. Offer excellent value, offer excellent customer care. And I'm wishing all our female entrepreneurs and everybody generally, all the very, very best in their businesses. And thank you for having me here.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It was nice having you. Thank you so much for joining the conversation tonight on our business growth series on Enterprise Chat. Aisha Kwaku, CEO and co-founder of Aisha Kwaku and Associates. And of course, Oluwakemi Olaniyan, founder of Nutra Boom Nutrition. Thank you for joining the conversation tonight. All right, so we move on to the next thing on our program for tonight. we're having announcements and giveaway, which will be handled by the one and only, definitely no other person. Mercy. Mercy, over to you.
Thank you so much, Madam Aisha, and thank you so much, Ms. Oluwakemi Olaniyan. It's been a very awesome evening. It's been interesting listening to all the conversations around the digital tools that, female entrepreneurs can leverage to, work better, to access the market, to, also combat some of these funding challenge and all. But then I think one of the things, so we're supposed, first I would like to mention the part that one of our panelists could not actually make this discussion this evening because all day she has been stuck at the NAFDAC office. So I think that we still need more digital tools around, regulatory policies. Probably, hopefully, by the time the new government administration comes on, they can do something that would also make this registration or regulatory policies very seamless for business owners, because this has been a recurring challenge that most of these entrepreneurs, especially those in the food process and processing and agro sector, that they're really facing, and it is becoming quite daunting and very challenging. So we hope to see more, and if it is an innovation, so as we are all here, we can start brainstorming, we can have partnerships that would, probably enhance something that we can present even to the government. Oh, I have this great idea. Would you be interested? Trust me, we never can know and can tell who would be interested until we actually try and, just push it forward to everyone. So that being said, thank you so much again for joining this conversation this evening. Yes, we're supposed to have a giveaway, but then I don't even know where to start. So the initial plan was to have question and answer, but then we've done a whole lot around question and answer this evening. Everyone has been participating and all. So let's say that the whole show of the freebies would be in the community. So if you are not yet a member of the MSME Africa community, I think you should join us right away. And I'll be dropping the link to join the community in the chat box. So you can just join us. We have and you can also follow us on YouTube. You can follow us on all social media platforms. We have a presence on LinkedIn. We have a presence on Instagram. We have a presence on Facebook and of course, Twitter. And again, you can also check our websites, msmeafricaonline.com, for daily updates. I recall that someone was asking questions about capital. Yes, thank you so much, Mrs. Fire Williams. Yes, there was a question on capital. So if you follow MSME Africa Online closely, if you follow us closely, you know that on a daily basis, we post opportunities, funding. So you can also keep up with it by checking our website in case there are days that we do not push out our daily newsletter. So that will really help, to access finance, to open your eyes to the opportunities that are abound. So then you can also ask your questions in the community. And on days when you have this, let's say an opportunity, you don't know how to go about, applying, you can reach out to anyone in the community, you can reach out to the admin. So we're all together to, help each other grow, to collaborate together. And I know that I've been seeing quite a lot, and I'm quite very impressed with the evolution of the female entrepreneurs in the country right now. And I know that we're still going to do more. So I'm really very pumped. I am looking forward to more collaborations, more partnership. And I know that as we grow together, we become better together. So thank you so much. And also, again, we published an article earlier this month for the IWD celebration. The article is right on our platform, so you can just go to the platform msmeafricaonline.com to read more on what our panelist, who also happens to be one some of the women that we showcased, what they have to say to us about their challenges, how they've been growing and everything. So thank you, Aramide. Thank you, everyone. And of course, Mr. Sheye could not join us today because Lagos happened. He's stuck in traffic. So he extends his love, his regards to everyone. And of course, he hopes to join us the next time that we'll be meeting. Thank you.
Mercy, you've spoken well. Thank you so much for all of the information that you have just given us tonight. Thank you so much. I believe you've actually even done the closing remarks, really. But speaking of giveaway, I think Mrs. Fire Williams has actually given us the first giveaway for tonight, giving us some of these tools that, I mean, there were some that I didn't know about, keeper.com, Invoice NG, and all of that. So it's an opportunity that a number of us are here tonight. We really want to appreciate you for coming and joining the conversation tonight, the March edition of the Business Growth Series. And we talked about powering female-led MSMEs and startups with technology and digital tools, best practices, and impact. Till we see you again next month. Bye for now. I remain Aranimi. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Do have a pleasant evening.